Mycology, dermatophytes. It's a common topic. Dermatophytes, closely related group of fungi, have great affinity to invade keratinized parts of human body, mainly skin, hair, and nails. They are in animals as well. They cause ringworm infection in animals and tinea in humans. Dermatophytes have the ability to utilize keratin as a nutrient source. So that's why they act on or live on, invade the keratinized cell layers. They have a unique enzymatic capacity called keratinases. Other enzymes also secreted by dermatophytes, elastases and proteinases, which considered as they are virulent. Disease process in dermatophytes or ringworm is unique for two reasons. Firstly, no living tissue is invaded by these organisms. They act on keratinized stratum corneum mainly. But with the presence of their metabolic products, usually induce an allergic or inflammatory eczematous response in the host. Other way, dermatophytes are the only fungi that have evolved a dependency on humans for the survival and dissemination of their species. Dermatophytes, there are groups, Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidophyte. They are peculiar changes. They are strict aerobics, most of which grow slowly on standard saburated dextrose agar media. They can resist cycloheximide in the media. So once we want to grow these organisms, we put cycloheximide because dermatophyte resists cycloheximide. There are growth factors. Some may require growth factors. Trichophyton equinum needs nicotinic acid. Trichophyton verrucosum needs thiamine and inositol for their growth. So depending on those we have to enrich those media for growth of specifically these pathogens. They produce macrogonidia and microgonidia. Culture of many dermatophytes are pigmented, so it's easy to identify. So resistant forms can remain viable for more than 12 months in suitable environment in their building. That's what. They are contagious. They can spread to others. Usual habitat, we classify them as geophilic, zoophilic, and anthrophilic. Geophilic means they live in decaying material, soil, or from, so they acquire when contact with soil or from contact with infected animals. So one example is Microspora gypsium. Gypsium. You can correlate. Zoophilic means they act on vertebrate animals, primary on animals, and infection may transmit to human following contact with animal dogs. Microsporum canis, Trichophyton equor, Trichophyton verrucosum are such. So they usually elicit a strong host response on the skin where contact with the infective animal has usually arms, legs, body, or face, for example. Anthrophilic species are primary parasite of human. They are unable to colonize other animals. Examples: Epidophyton flucosum, Trichophyton rubrum, Trichophyton mentocraphites. So usually they provoke less immune response compared to zoophilics. So when the person is having excessive sweating and occlusion of clothing, they are the more sites, warm, moist environment, conductive to tinea infection. This entry to results from trauma to skin or some other breach of the skin barrier following contact. Infection may be transmitted between individuals by direct or indirect contact with scales containing fungal arthroponidia for infected individuals. So depending on site, we classify them as tinea capitis in the head, ringworm of the face, tinea facie, tinea barb, beard area, ringworm of the body, tinea corporis, tinea unguis in the nails, tinea pedis in the foot, tinea cruris in the groin area, tinea manum, ringworm of the hand, likewise, tinea unguis Taenia pedis, Taenia mana, Taenia capitis. Carrion, it's another exception. It's from a boggy mass. It's one with a highly suppurative infectious lesion, inflammatory lesion caused by black dot appearance in the ectotric hair invasion. You can see here, it's a boggy mass like. One way it may seen as abscess, but later it can infect with secondary bacterial infection also there. Flavus is distinctive infection with gray crusty lesions. So asymptomatic carriers also there. Infected layer may appear gray due to coating with arthroponetia. Intro is mainly associated with microsporum and trichophyton. How we identify or diagnose? Once clinical suspicion, how the patient present? Doctor, I am having this, like a coin lesion, center, and it's evading like, spreading like, and ringworm like, circular lesions. Depending on site, we can classify. Pruritus is associated. If continuous scratching, it leads to secondary bacterial infection as well. So, once the patient is presented to us for the etiological diagnosis, what are the best samples? Vicinity is site is skin, we need to do skin scraping. If it is nail clipping, scraping. For hair, plucking. And later it's examined with 10% KOH mainly. So this is the KOH mount infected skin nail. You can see more. We can say fungal infection. We can't say the species. We need to do a culture. Why we are putting KOH? To enhance the destruction of other debris or materials. Bit of hair invasion, large ectotrics, small ectotrics. Just getting the word, that will be enough. So they infect to hair. Here you can see here, dense arthroponetia. Hair invasion you can see easily. Hair invasion, you can appreciate. So sampling I said, so that we can use multiple different skin scraping, hair plucking or cutting, nail clipping likewise. They are putting into a black color paper, then easy to visible. Then wrap it and even we can pause it because they are causes less minimum risk of infection and they are dry material. So once it's received to lab with proper labeling, we process. We do a KOH mount with the present direct microscopy. You can see hype and spores. Then we can, it's a hype mold, and we go for the culture. Prior to that, we can do ultraviolet Woods lamp examination, but it's not done. It having some diagnostic validity with the yellow-green fluorescence in ultraviolence, it identify microsporum species likewise. If they put into the dog or cat suspecting animal in the particular area, it's easily identified. For the sake of knowing it's here. So fluorescence you can hear. Then we can go for the culturing. I said it's resistant to cycloheximide, so we put them in one cycloheximide containing media, dextrose, SDS, aberrauted dextrose agar, enriched with actinium. And chloramphenicol we are used to inhibit bacterial growth. So we always recommend multiple cultures and incubated that usually in a room temperature up to 4 weeks. Isolation of caloring or it's favored body temperature. So it depends. Always multiple cultures are advised. So about this KOH permits quick examination without warming. Otherwise, there are techniques. One way we need to do the warming. Otherwise, if we put KOH, it's easy. Now it's in the growth space. We keep several days in the incubator. There are other media also there, dermatophyte test media, likewise, but usually in the clinical setup we do in SDA. It's a dermatophyte test media. Color change is there, DTM positive here. So growth is also there, but it's not done routine. So then with the growth, we colony morphology, we do again lactophenol cotton blue, KOH mount, and look to the microscope. Texture pigmentation on these macroscopy, or look in those culture plates, and later on we'll do for the microscopy. Macroscopy and microscopy. Microscopy, we can see macroconidia and other structures. Microconidia is spiral, pyramidal, likewise, depending on that we go for. So I said earlier there are different types: Trichophyton, Microsporum, and Epidermophyton. Trichophyton, usually it's in cylindrical or pencil shape, you can see. But Microsporum, it's a fusiform like. Here it is club shape. And usually in Epidermophyton, no microconidia. This here it's a macroconidia appearance, okay. No microconidia, usually absent Epidermophyton. Abundant in the Trichophyton, there are microconidias. Likewise, depending on those characteristics, we can identify is it Trichophyton, Microsporum, or Epidermophyton. So there are other techniques. For the sake, wet mount techniques, light culture techniques, cellophane tape preparation. Just see what is wet mount preparation. We are putting water, toothpicks, mold, solution, cover slip, and look through the microscope. This light culture. It's a nice one. We can see both in cubicle. Organisms are grown here. We can later look through the microscope. It's a slide culture. Moisture. We save this. We put water here to moisture and keep in this kind of. We are taking some cubicle from the SDA media, and later on we using a straight line we inoculate those culture organisms and allow them to grow and look through the microscope. Cellophane tape also same manner. We applying from the cellophane tape here, get those things into here and put into a slide and look through the microscope. So there are, say, microspore, you can see spiral shape. There are protrusions, color appearance, mentographites, trichophyton, mentographites. You can see microconidia and spiral shape. That's is important. Macroconidia, Ilposum. You can see. So about the management. Ideally for the management, ringworm identification or detection as a ringworm will be okay. No need for the speciation. First, it's a collectively, it's recommended for alleviate symptoms, pruritus. We can give antihistamine. Then we think about reduced risk of is there a secondary bacterial infection? More often, no. If it is so, we have to go for antibiotics. Then limit the spread of infection to other body sites or other individuals. Advice. We are not ask them to just isolate as well as wash their clothes in warm water as well as avoid contact as much as possible. Then we go for topical antifungal depending on the surface area affected. Usually it's a treatment, topical, but it's a systemic antifungals are primarily reserved for patients who fail topical therapy or having extensive dermatitis. Usual topical antifungal, azoles, allylamines, terbinafine, likewise we use terbinafine 250 per day for 2 weeks. Usually it over 4 weeks. Itraconazole, fluconazole, glyciful. Likewise, we have to give 4 weeks. Why it is 4 weeks? Usually dermatophytes, they in our skin cell half-life is around 28 days. So until those cells are shed off and arise new cells, uninfected new cells, we have to give long therapy. Short therapy, there are a lot of disadvantages. Recurrence rate is high as well as development of antifungal resistance also there. Always think about that. Thank you.